Folks, Lester here. Thank y'all for joining me on a cooking video, a rare cooking video. Today, I'm going to be making something for not only my dad, Pawpaw, as we all know him, but I will also be cooking for Uncle Dan, Buddy, Jacob, Dustin, Rob, Laramie. Did I already say Uncle Dan, my brother? Bottom line is I do this every year. This is nothing new, but it's the first time I've actually videoed myself doing this. So this is in fact a cooking video with Lester. Both Facebook and YouTube are here, so welcome. And I know that I just got off a live about 30 minutes ago from the J&L Ranch. Totally different live. Now we're cooking. So what I'm going to be doing is cooking little Smokies, beef little Smokies, wrapped in bacon. And then they will go into the oven where they're going to just, this is a man's meal. This is a man's meal. If you're a woman and this disgusts you, you're just disgusting. You're just a disgusting man, Lester. Well, yes. Surprise, I'm a disgusting man who's going to make some little Smokies wrapped in bacon, put them into the oven until that bacon cooks up nice and crisp around the little Smoky. And at that point, we'll be dividing those up into some kind of a cute little dish. And I'll drive those over and drop them off to all of the dads over at in the Plum Grove properties. Okay, so listen, first things first, I will wash my hands. Must you watch? Must you watch? Some people don't want to believe you unless they can actually see you do it. Okay, so here we go. Now listen, you don't have to be critical. I'm trying my best. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I've said my ABCs. Next time, won't you say them with me? Ooh. I will get a paper towel and turn that off. Yeah, I've watched enough videos of Jake and Uncle Dan to watch you guys tear them apart in their cooking videos. We are men, and men are not as meticulous as you ladies when it comes to stuff like that, okay? We're also men. That means that our bellies can handle more than your sensitive tummies can. So we're not as concerned about the germ type stuff as you guys are. And to each his own. I'm not being critical. I'm having some fun. So first things first, I'm going to open up the little Smokies. And I'm not going to say we're going to cook all of these things, but we're going to cook a lot of them. So you can never not have enough, my friends. You can never not have enough. If anybody wants to go do something else, this is going to be a total of about 30-minute video. That's all the time I'm going to need. Now, the bacon, I will not use all of it, so I'm going to go ahead and open it using the fresh seal pack that you can open it back up and close it back up and seal it. All right, the way this works is simple. You're going to take yourself a strip of bacon and 1 or 2 little Smokies like this. And you're going to wrap it. Now, remember, if you're already Lester, I can't watch, then don't watch. You don't have to tell the entire world that this grosses you out. I have wrapped 2 beef Smokies in some hickory smoked bacon. And I'm going to take those, just for now, I'm going to put them on this pan. I'm going to transfer them somewhere else momentarily. And so I have, now my oven is already heating up. I have the oven on 340 degrees and it's already warming. By the time I get a few of these wrapped, we should be looking pretty good. So there's different kinds of bacon. Some can, some like less fat, some like more fat. It's been my opinion that the more fat content, like in a steak, the more flavorful. You don't want to go ahead and go overboard with too much fat because, and then a lot of people are going to complain and say how unhealthy this meal actually is. Uh-oh, y'all hear that? My oven is letting me know that it's been preheated. It's ready to go. Problem is, I'm not. The oven will be fine for a few minutes. I'm still wrapping little Smokies. So, like I was saying, there's days that you have to eat healthy. You know that for a lifestyle, you can't eat this way all the time. But once in a while on a holiday, I hope you're not the kind of person that refuses to indulge yourself or enjoy a nice dessert or a nice meal just because of what could potentially lead to problems down the road. People who have problems down the road are those that make their lifestyle about eating bad every meal. You already know that, y'all. You already know that. It's kind of like if you skip brushing your teeth one day, you're not going to find yourself with tons of cavities. If you refuse to brush your teeth ever, and you go to bed and you have things stuck in your teeth, then yeah, you're going to have issues, all right? So what I'm still doing, I know that you don't really necessarily need to see this part, but I'm just wrapping Smokies. I'm taking these little Smokies and I'm just wrapping them with bacon. I'm trying to do 2 Smokies in each one. I just dropped that one on the floor. I will not be using that one, even though Uncle Dan would never know. So I just take the little Smokies and I wrap them up just like that. So inside there are the 2 Smokies, little Smokies, and I like to use the all beef Smokies. And then here's the bacon. So far, that's 5. I'm only going to make maybe 10, possibly 15 of these things because you don't fill up on this. It's a snack. It's like a little finger food snack. So we're still wrapping here. We're still wrapping away. And like I said, I've been doing this for my family every single well, there come some of the mean comments. There's always those few that can't find joy in anything. You can give your father whatever you want for Father's Day. If you choose to give him a veggie burger, well, there you go. But my dad would take a veggie burger and laugh in my face. My brother and brother-in-laws would take those veggie burgers and they would say thank you, but it wouldn't be sincere. We are a different breed, y'all. Hey, Stella, be careful. We are a different breed over here, and we do things a little bit different. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're almost there, friends. We're almost there. Now, I'm not going to make y'all sit there and wait while they cook. I'm going to open some gifts and goodies while they're cooking. But I have to get them all wrapped up first. Y'all bear with me a few more minutes here. There is one thing I'm going to have to do. Hey, Jamie! I don't like having to ask for Jamie's help, but I forgot one very important part of my cooking design here. She's out watering her garden, so she may not be able to hear me with all that water running. Now, remember, if you wanted to make more of these, like for an entire family, you could always use 1 Smoky and piece of bacon. But like I said, I double them up just to make them nice man-sized bites. And they'll shrink down quite a bit. So I need to stop reading the comments because sometimes the negative comments can kind of get me thrown off my game plan. I have always encouraged you to go find your happy place. And if you don't want to watch a simple, short cooking video of Lester trying to make little smoky bacon wrapped Smokies for his dad, then it's not your thing. I do want to say happy Father's Day to all the fathers. And I also want to remind you that there are tons of moms, mostly single moms, who've had to play the role of both mom and dad to their children. So I want to give y'all a special thank you and a special shout out. You know, kids absolutely need to have the first years of their life being nurtured by their mother. And then normally I think the way it was worked out by design, they spend years also being natured by their father. But in today's world, everyone knows that we have a lot of dads that take off or for some reason can't be around as much, maybe because working two jobs and everything else. And so that means that mom not only has to become the nurturer from birth, but also she has to also learn to nature her children. And a lot of work goes into the nurturing part to make your kids grow up and be successful. We're almost done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I think I'll stop at 20. That way I can have a couple for myself. So that means there's just a few more. So thank you to the moms who have been not only the nurturer, but also you've had to be nurturer. I hope that your kids have at some point found a relationship with their dad. I know a lot of kids from when I taught school who never had a chance to spend time with their daddy. And it's for various reasons. It's various reasons. So you don't want to, throw them all into the same group necessarily. But there are situations that arise. One more. 5, 10, 15. Last one. And this will be 20 right over here. I can't wait until a little bit later when I get over to Plum Grove and can pass these out. I don't think that Rob is home today. I think that Rob had to work this Father's Day. Rob, that's Tina's husband. He works a lot, Poor Rob. He works all the time. But I saw a video where Tina gave him his Father's Day gift a little bit early. So I know they've already had their celebration. And then I will be taking my boys to eat at Golden Corral later this afternoon. That's what we're going to do. Hey, babe.
Yeah.
I'm glad could you do me a favor and go bring me a drill?
What?
A drill. I hate to ask you that, just a drill. A drill.
Like with what kind of head?
Just any size head. The bigger the head, the better.
Like a drill bit?
But I need the drill and the drill bit. Yeah, a drill and drill bit. There should be one on my tool bench. All right, I'm going to go ahead and wash. Not yet. I'm going to go ahead and wash my hands again because at this point I'm done preparing the raw. And I'm going to go ahead and use my napkin to turn on the sink. Y'all want to watch me wash my hands again because no one ever believes me? I'll use the napkin to turn the. Yeah, this is what I've watched poor Dan. My brother, I love Uncle Dan, but he has learned to take the beat downs from social media cooking experts, and he's had to really, really overcome a lot in learning how to deal with those folks and keep on going. Social media is not easy. If you ever thought that social media was an easy job, no, it's not. It's not for everybody. It is not for everybody. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and wipe my hands one last time. They've been washed with soap twice. Once before I started cooking and before I started preparing the food, and then now again. So thank you for all of the Father's Day wishes. Yeah, don't be mean to the Karens, y'all. Just wish them love and send them on their way. Let me show you what I got so far. So these are the 20 beef and bacon wrapped Smokies. Okay. I'm going to take the leftovers and just have Jamie put them into a big Ziploc bag, and we can save the bacon and the other Smokies for a little bit later. And so what I'm going to do now is prepare the cooking. Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Do we have any aluminum foil?
Yeah.
if you'll get me some aluminum foil, I'm going to prepare the Smokies in these because I don't want to be able to throw them away when I'm done. But what you have to do is you have to have a way to let the grease not set and just soak up around your Smokies. You want your grease to be able to drain out. So while I was at Walmart, I bought 2 of these. One will actually hold the Smokies, and the other will be what we're going to drain. We're going to drain it. So I'm going to take my drill. If you'll take that.
Who puts 2 of those in one?
Jamie, don't take over. Don't tell me how. There's enough people telling me what I'm doing wrong already. Don't you jump on that bandwagon too. So if you'll do me a favor and take some aluminum foil and roll it into little balls and put it along through there. What I want to do is take my drill and I'm going to drill some holes into the top pan. Like that, except we will need that drill bit back. So I'm putting some holes into this. I do this a lot. I'm not new to what I'm doing here. I may appear to be an amateur, but I know a little bit more than what I'm giving credit for usually. Not very often, but on occasion. So I'm going to put several holes into this. Jamie, keep stacking that into there. Probably should have wore eye protection here. All right, just a few more. When you get into the kitchen, every woman knows that you have to improvise. And all I'm doing is improvising a little bit. All right, there may be something they already make that's similar to this. I don't know if they do or not. Oh, good. That's perfect. I need about 2 more. So what I'm going to do with this, what's wrong? What I'm going to do with this over here is put my little Smokies into here now. I'm going to transfer them from where I have them over into this. Could I trade spots with you, please?
Oh, yeah, we can trade. Over here doing my job, you know. You know, they make these things called broiler pans that we could have bought. That was like.
I've always done it this way. I don't know if there's an easier way or not, but this here has always worked. These are cheap and you can just throw them away when you're done. They're not made to be used more than once. That's perfect. Can you show everybody what you just did right there? So we have to have something in our second pan to keep the first pan elevated enough to where the smoky, the grease can drain through. We don't want to have these things full of grease. It's a pretty greasy meal. You're not gagging yourself, are you?
I'm just reading some comments.
Oh, okay. I hope 20 will fit in here. I may have should have bought the next size up. I'm going to squeeze them in pretty tight. Now, could you remind everybody that Smokies already come cooked? It's just the bacon that's actually the raw thing.
This actually is not raw. This is already cured.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Meaning that you're not gonna lick your finger and catch salmonella or.
Okay. So here's what we got over here. So these are my 20 Smokies, my bacon wrapped Smokies, and this is the pan that has the holes. I can't really show you, but there's holes. I'm going to set that on top of this pan right over here. And so now you can see there's a little bit of space in between so the grease can fall right through. And not
space between, you know that song?
No, but there's space between the two pans so the grease can fall through. Now I'm going to open up the oven using a napkin so I don't get grease on the handle and put the entire thing inside the oven. Close the oven back up and now set me a 25-minute timer. How do I do that? I'll just keep watching on here. Unless you want to set me a timer. You want to set me a timer? Like a 20-minute timer? I'm going to rewash my hands again. And notice, I've not touched my face yet. Are you proud of me, Jamie?
So proud.
Uncle Dan, poor Uncle Dan and Jake, they just always touch their face. And I watch everybody give them a hard time. You're touching your face. You're touching your face. Ew, you're touching your face. You're touching your face.
Why do you not have a cloth filler?
So I'm not washing my hands as thoroughly now because I think that they're fine. I'm going to go ahead and take all my paper towels that I've used up to this point and put them into the trash. And Jamie, if you'll do one last favor, if we can find a big Ziploc bag so I can put all the Smokies and the bacon away, because I'm not going to do it all right now. Okay. All right. Is that set on a timer?
On your phone.
My phone has a timer.
Yeah.
Okay, we put my phone on a 25-minute timer. That gives me time to walk over here with you all and open a few gifts and goodies while we're waiting. I also want to show you what I bought for my dad. Huh? Sure. I also want to show you what I bought for my dad. My hands are a little bit wet, and I don't want to touch all of my computer. So I want to show you what I bought for my dad, which I think is a wonderful gift. Let me get that out for y'all right quick. So this is a really wonderful idea that, believe it or not, Jamie, it came from Jamie, the idea, and we wouldn't have found one. But what it is, it's called Dad's Story, a Family Keepsake. And so I'm going to go ahead and open it. I've already opened it and signed the front of it. So what you do here in this type of book is, so I went ahead and gave my dad a little bit of just a note from me to my dad at the beginning of it. That's from my dad, not for you all. It's quite personal, but it's just to my dad. And inside this book, though, is really neat because it gives your dad a chance to pretty much tell his entire story. But for a lot of dads who don't really understand like what he would ever talk about, the book will prompt them. So it starts off with just your name, your date, your date of birth, all that kind of stuff. You could also attach a picture, your favorite picture, if you wanted to. Now, it also gives you a chance for your dad to fill in his family tree for as much as he can remember. At that point, it starts off with the early years. This reminds me, Jamie, a whole lot of like when a mom has a baby, she'll sometimes get like a baby book or whatever you call that, and it will kind of like record the baby's life. So the early years, and it says stuff like, were you named after anyone in particular? Because listen, I have no idea. I've never in my life asked my dad, who gave you your name and where did your name come from? So maybe my dad could fill that information in over here. How many siblings do you have? Now, I already know that, but it can give my dad a chance to talk about it and write about it. Were you a healthy baby or did you have health concerns? These are all things that I have no idea about. Now, my dad's already 78 years old. I hope that my dad lives to be 100, but we all know that more than likely that's not going to happen. Not many people get to have that. What is your earliest memory? Do you remember your first words? How old were you when you started to walk, started to talk? How old were your parents when you were born? Anyway, guys, it goes through the entire every question that you could ever ask someone if you wanted to know about more of their early years. And then it goes to a different section called growing up. Here's some of the questions. Were you able to travel much when you were growing up? What was your most memorable trip? Do you consider your childhood to have been a happy one? Why or why not? And so it's really getting your parent to open up and literally tell their story, because one day when they are no longer with us, these would be the kind of things that you'd be able to open and read and talk about with your parent. Some things that you might not have ever known before. I'm going to try to put this back the way I found it, and so it doesn't look like it has bacon grease all over it. which is why I wash my hands 3 times. I'm going to slide it right back inside the plastic. And so my dad will be able to take this out when he has time. And hopefully he'll spend some time with this. I know my dad stays very busy. My dad loves what he does with you all. Anyway, this is called A Dad Story, and it will go through his entire life of what he can remember and recall. And whenever my dad does pass, let's hope it's years and years and years from now. But whenever my dad does pass, he will already have this hopefully filled out pretty much, so all of us kids can take it and read it and just really reflect back on my dad's life. I'm extra excited that my dad also makes videos, so we will not only have that little book with some of his more neat little moments of his lifetime, but we'll also be able to see the videos of him in the years that he's been making videos and hear a lot of his stories. So, yes, I'm reading some comments now of people saying that would have been a wonderful gift to have given to their dad. A lot of people are saying now their dad has dementia and there's no way to draw those kinds of stories out of them. And guys, I feel horrible for you because, yeah. So, and I always tell my son, life is full of regrets. And this is one thing that Jamie brought to my attention, that we could actually get a lot of information out of my dad. So is it on Amazon? Jamie, where did you order it from?
They have different ones online, but Amazon has a variety of them.
Yes, Jamie she ordered it off of Amazon. And so she also got one for me to do for my sons, which I think would be kind of exciting. So, all right. So what I'm going to do for the next 20 minutes or so, can you make sure everything's cooking proper and it's not too high or too low? I think that the temperature is right. And if you'll hand my phone over so I can make sure I see it and I can keep track on that timer. All right. So we're looking real good with time. All right. Oh, I just touched my face. Lester just touched his face. He touched his face. Yeah, that happens so much with my poor brother. Making videos is difficult. Having to narrate and talk through an 8, 10, 15-minute video is extremely hard, especially when you're trying to create voices of the different characters of those that you video, like the animals, for example, which is why long video creation is not something just that anyone can do. I'm just going to continue to ignore some of those comments. Well, I tell you what, there are some people that do nothing. Oh, whoa. Well, looky here. This person put my full name on this one, Lester Eugene Morrow Jr. And how ironic to know that I am a junior. I'm named after my dad. He and I have the same name. Oh, hi to hello. Hi to hello there, Lester. Hi to hello. This comes from Tammy. Miss Tammy, thank you very much. I'm trying to find where she comes out of. Tammy is from Westland, MI. Now, is MI Mississippi or Michigan? Jamie? Michigan. MI is Michigan. I'm going to cut real carefully, Miss Tammy. I don't want to cut into your package because it does feel quite fragile. So now I've opened it to a second package inside the first package. Okay, so now in this second package, there's a note on top. It appears to be a really nice Christmas type wrapping. Oh, and then it says, Lester, this is not a package from Christmas. It's just an extra box I had that could fit everything. LOL. So here's her package, but it's not from Christmas. It's just an extra box that was able to hold everything. Okay. As I open it up, there's still some tape. Oh no, Jamie. So I can tell you right now that this package has gotten wet. As you can see, the top is very wet. It does not say that I can't read it online, but it might be too long to read online. It comes as a belated birthday gift. There is some artwork that she stuck in here. So she's put the Rocking M, which is the brand for I'm a Survivor. She put the Longhorn, which is part of the brand for the Longhorn Leicester. Of course, don't forget we have From Suits to Boots, but this is to me, not to Jamie. I'm going to go ahead and pull everything out of this sheet protector and see what else we have here. I'm so sorry it got wet, but there's definitely been some water damage. So she includes some artwork that looks like to be Carl. Pretty sure that's Carl. And that has to be Tex. Yet he's sitting on top of someone, probably little Gary. This is very nice. Thank you, ma'am. We can probably all try to guess and see who this might be. Has to be Pig Trudy. Maybe. She also puts the date on all of these, so we know the date that she did the art. And then there's a blank page. Oh, my Lord. Look what she's done. So she's made herself a word search. The only thing is she went by and did the word search for me. Darn it. She gave me a cheat sheet. She went by and created an entire word search. How much time did she spend on this, y'all? A word search. Some of the words in here are Carl, Charlene, Christmas, Danny, Dolly, Fiona, Gracie, Jamie, Jenny Lane, Jezebel, Jolene, Lester, Little Gary, Longhorn, Loretta, Marilyn, Millie, Patsy, Pearl, Reba, Ritzy, Ruby, Sadie, Santana, Stella, Tat, Tex, Trinity, Trixie, and Waylon. She put 30 different names into her word search. I love that. That's just so wonderful. And then, of course, there is a several page letter. I don't really want to go through all of this because I just don't know for sure. But she encourages me to sit down and relax sometimes. She can tell that sometimes I get it going and she worries about me. Oh, look. She gave me another word search that's not been completed. So now I can just act like I never saw that one and try to have fun with my own word search. Oh, no. Look, and then it says answers, but no peeking. See, I opened it backwards, darn it. I opened the whole thing up backwards. So I don't remember any of the answers. I promise I do not know any of the answers. There's a couple more things in the package. This is like some kind of a little bag. It looks like maybe an overnight bag. I don't know exactly what would be in this. There's a note. Jamie, do we have a lighter?
Yeah, for what?
Oh, never mind. It's sage. How did y'all know that? So she has sent me some sage. And she says that the indigenous people would appreciate that.
That's true.
It helps to purify spaces, ridding them of negative energy. It'll also promote healing and wisdom. Jamie, I'll need a lighter at some point, and I'm going to smoke me some sage.
No.
Jamie says no. Listen, that's very, very kind of you. Thank you so much for that gift. And I think that was just really super sweet. You took the time to draw the artwork. We still have 15 minutes, y'all, not to worry. We have some artwork. We have a word search, artwork, word search, and a really large joint of sage that we can smoke up later down by the river, probably, or we'll just like smoke it all around the darn place. We'll just smoke it all over. Okay, there's a couple of more gifts here while we're waiting. This next one says, do not bend. So, okay, I will not bend it. I'm going to be very careful how I open it. Let me move all of this, her stuff out of the way. Was her name Tammy? What was her name again? Tammy. All right, Miss Tammy, thank you so much. I moved all of your things off to the side for now as I open this next gift that says do not bend. Lester, don't smoke it. Don't smoke it. Wave it. Oh, like the way we wave to the spirits, I just take the sage and like. Now, let's be honest. If you were a native or an indigenous people spirit, and you're sitting there on the river, you're probably sitting crisscross applesauce in your loincloth. And you watch me walking down to the river. And I take that sage and I light it and I go, don't you think that would make the spirits even more angry? Don't you think that would make them even more angry? I don't know. I don't want to anger anybody, y'all, especially those from the spirit world. Do not bend. Okay. Tammy, thank you so much. All right. Oh, look. The Sadie She Shed. You all know that we built Sadie her very own air-conditioned doggy house. And we can call that Sadie's She Shed. Wow, that's a tongue twister. Jamie, say it 3 times fast. Sadie's She Shed. James says, I'm not going to do it. How about y'all try it? You don't have to. Everybody, no matter where you're at, no matter what you're doing, Sadie She Shed. Sadie She Shed. Sadie She Said. Fast. Y'all ready? Try to do it and see who can do it perfectly. Sadie's She Shed. That's wonderful. There's not a name. Unfortunately, there's not a name attached to this. There is a packing slip that might say who it's from. No, it just says it comes from a company, whoever built it. So unfortunately, I don't know who to say thank you to, but whoever did this, thank you so very much. I will absolutely mount that onto the door of Sadie's She Shed. Okay. We're down to 10 minutes. Let's walk over and just peek. Let's just walk over and peek at our little Smokies and see how they're doing in our final 10 minutes. I'm going to see if I can turn a light on so we don't have to open it. Light, oven light. Okay. So Jamie has stuck some bacon in there with it. Here's the one I'm looking for right there on top. They're looking pretty good. They appear to be about 10 minutes to go. Maybe a little bit longer, Jamie. We may have to actually longer or make them a little bit hotter maybe. I think that the bacon needs to cook a little bit crispy-ish. It is a very thick bacon. So we'll still keep an eye on the timer, but it's very possible that we may end up having to go another 5 minutes on a higher temp. I want it to make sure it's nice and crispy. Not really crunchy. You don't want to overdo it, but I want them to be fully done and not have the bacon be kind of soggy-ish. You all know what I mean. All right, there's a couple more packages here while we're waiting those few minutes. I'll grab this one here on top. It comes to Lester Morrow from a lady named Sharon, and she is in Louisville, Kentucky. All right, Miss Sharon from Kentucky. We're going to open up your package. It says fragile. So y'all have to be very careful when you see things that are fragile. You don't want to tear anything up. All right, on the very top, there's a card. And she must know about the water. The sanctuary, y'all, when things get dropped off over there, even though they have made a small place to put them that's out of the weather, a blowing wind will still blow right in. And worse than that is that sometimes the drivers will put them in the vicinity, but not actually on the raised, elevated stump. All right, this says to Lester. Oh, she says, you're an all-out awesome guy. You think this is for the right Lester? I'm kidding. Oh, it's for Father's Day. She goes, you work your tail off to do the right thing. You be good to others and show the world how much you care. Even if you don't always hear it, people see all that you do and all the great things that you put out into the world. Happy Father's Day. That's very kind of you to say that, ma'am. Thank you so very much. I'm going to read now. She also wrote, now that was what was written on the card, but she also did a little bit of writing on her own here over here beside it. She goes, please keep telling your dad jokes. I love them. Lester, I feel so privileged to be a part of your social media family. Oh, you're a great guy. I'm sorry, you're a great dad to Ellie, Lex, and all of your nephews and niece over at, okay, thank you, in Plum Grove. She goes, you're also a dad to all of the feathered babies. Yeah, I guess. Have a wonderful Father's Day. And yes, and then she tells me where she's at. She's in. Okay, that was very, very kind of you. So the card is very nice. Thank you for those sweet words. That's really sweet of you. Thank you. The feathered babies, though? Am I really good to the feathered babies? Now there's something else that she has wrapped in a bubbly wrap that we're going to be very careful. This must be the fragile thing. Oh, no. Oh, Lordy. Oh. Oh. Look, y'all. Look, it says, ask me about my dad jokes on both sides of the coffee mug. Ask me about my dad jokes. Go ahead, ask me about my dad jokes. I'm going to have to start working on my dad jokes again, I guess, because now I got me a cup that's going to encourage people to actually ask me about my dad jokes. Oh, Lord. Am I ready for that? That was really sweet. The card was really kind. And what you wrote on there was very special. So thank you for that. And then even finding the card, you know, there are some cards that even though they may be officially printed, sometimes they can just say things that we can't ourselves find ways to say. So you never look at a card and discount the part that was pre-printed or manufactured and think that it means anything less, because ultimately we've all been to buy a card and you can look at 100 cards of what they say. And some cards say exactly what you've been trying to say for so long, but you could never find the words. So I not only read the part that someone writes, I also read the card itself of what was printed, because that's very powerful and that means just as much. So I've always joked and said I'm a man of few words. That's kind of funny, but I will say that it is difficult for me to find the right words in every situation. And sometimes a good card can do that for you and help you out a whole lot on that. All right, so the timer says 5 minutes. We have about 4 more packages. I think that this is going to work out perfect. I hope it will. Janie says she has peaked and it's going to probably need more than 5 minutes.
Not mine is coming along.
Yeah. This comes to Longhorn Lester. Jamie, I set my box cutter down just now somewhere and I can't find it anywhere. I just opened a package. This is the one that I opened last, but it's not in there. Isn't that crazy how you can have something in your hand and it go missing and it was just here? Oh, it's on the ground. I found it. It has fallen and it couldn't get up. All right, so this goes to Longhorn Lester. It doesn't say who it's from. Look at this. So this is one of those little, they call them cattail microphones, the little cattail microphones. And this hooks into my phone. And this must be a way that I'm able to make videos without having to always worry about so much wind noise. Because making a video outside is tough. And there is quite a bit of wind noise sometimes. So looky here. Here's a little cattail. And I bet you it sticks to you like this. And so I bet you inside here is the part that plugs into your phone. No, right here is the part that plugs into your phone. So on my phone, it would probably go right here-ish. I don't want to break anything, so I'll play with that. I'll play with that momentarily. And so it's going to record the sound. So whenever I talk, even though my phone may be out here making my video, this is recording all of my sound. So for those who say, I think it should be Bluetooth, I don't know, because this is what comes with it over here. Now, unless this is part of the charging system, I don't know. I will have to figure that out. And then you have also these little things. These go over the top of it in case you want to have a different type of volume control, maybe. I don't know. And then a lot of people are saying, no, stick it to your hat. I would do that. I don't know which is closer to my mouth. The hat, I think.
Do you want me to measure?
Huh?
Do you want me to measure?
Measure?
Your neck or your mouth?
I just think it would look dumb here. If I do this, people may laugh at me. We don't want people to laugh at me. No one wants to be laughed at.
That's just for fun.
Jamie's just going to measure for fun, though. I can almost tell you. Hold on. Can I guess first?
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to say it is from where it's at. If you go from the ball to my mouth, I'm going to say 5 inches. From the ball to my mouth, 5 inches. Go ahead. Let's get close.
Okay, this is 5 inches. Okay,
Go ahead.
hold on. Let me show them just so they know I'm not cheating. That's 5 inches. Okay,
From the center of the ball
the center of the ball.
to the center of my mouth.
Why do you know this?
I don't know. I'm just really.
Why do you know that?
Listen, I'm like sick with it. I'm sick with it. Okay. And now I think from the center of my mouth to my, hold on, to my shirt, I'm going to say, if I look down, it's going to get shorter. But if I'm sitting here, I'm going to say 3 inches. Don't curve.
So where do you want it to go? To here?
From,
like here?
I'll put it there. So it was 5 inches from the cap, the rim of my cap, to my mouth, the center of my mouth. And then it's going to be 3 inches, I bet you, from here to my mouth.
Like center of your mouth is right there. Okay.
Okay.
6.
6? That's further?
Guess you gotta have a ball hanging from right in front of your face.
Well, Jamie said it best, y'all. We'll just let the little ball hang from right here in front of my face. There'll be a little ball hanging right there, and you will always know why, because that is the shortest distance from this ball to my mouth. So there you have it. There. What? Darn it. I cracked, Jamie.
I didn't crack.
I cracked. Dang it. I cracked. I'm not I'm not as good as I used to be, Jamie. I'm not as good. I'm losing it, y'all. I'm losing it. I am losing it.
I ain't as good as I once was.
Oh, I'm losing it, Jamie. I'm losing it. I used to be so good, y'all. Thank you. Did that have a name on it? And I overlooked it. It didn't have a name on it, y'all, did it? It just came from I don't think it had a name on it, did it? Oh boy, you know what that means. Y'all hearing? They're not done. So let's go ahead and let's just go peek at them real fast. I'm going to stop my timer. I do have 3 more gifts. Let's just walk around. And we're going to go ahead and pull them out and see how they look, y'all. We're going to pull them out and just see how they look. I'm putting the computer here on top of the microwave. You can watch how I work. I'm going to get me a couple of kitchen gloves. All right. We want to make sure we do this right. Doo-doo-doo. Very hot. Very hot. Okay, so as you can see, they are cooking, but not near enough. So what we're going to do is turn up the heat. We're going to turn up the heat, I think, and then we're going to get them to really, really start sizzling here, okay? So put them back where I got them from. Are we on the top burner or the bottom burner? Are we using the top burner or the bottom burner?
They're not on broil.
Oh, we got to broil them.
You can't broil them yet.
Why?
Because it won't cook through. It'll just burn the tops. You need about 10 more minutes of this, and then you can broil them for the last 2 minutes.
Well, I thought you said that they're already cooked.
You know what I mean.
Well, so what we're going to do is go 10 more minutes, and then we're going to put them on broil. Now, guys, if you have to leave, I completely understand. I'm not trying to hold you here longer. It doesn't benefit me at all to keep you on a longer video than a short video. Well, it has, as long as at least 3 to 8 minutes, we're good. But that's what it requires to be monetized. You have to at least do 3 minutes on a Facebook video and at least 8 minutes on a YouTube video. If you ever notice why some people do an 8-minute video day by day by day, they're doing their videos just long enough to be able to monetize that video. On Facebook, it has to be at least 3 minutes to monetize. Now, you don't make near as much money with a short video. Long video content makes more, but only if people watch longer into your video. So the whole secret of making a good video, there's 2 things. If you do Facebook short version videos, 3 minutes, like Jake and Bree does a lot, you have to put out a lot of them. You put out a lot of videos. Or if you do YouTube or Facebook longer videos, you only put out 1. The secret is you have to keep people engaged. I bet you guys didn't even know that. We've never talked about that, have we? So quality over quantity. They can make the same amount of money, but you got to break. You already know, y'all. You already know without saying anything. You sometimes will see a video that you know was put out because it's someone needs the quantity, and other videos you know that someone really took some time to give it quality. All right, here we go. So this here comes to I'm a Survivor Sanctuary, care of Lester Morrow. I'm not going to reset my phone. Could y'all just let me know in about 10 minutes? Oh, boy. So I do believe that these are dog collars. And the reason I bet you sent this is because you were so angry when I took Stella to the vet and I had to use a horse lead rope. I don't know what was so embarrassing about that. Stella didn't care. Stella could care less. But I did. I used a horse lead rope instead of a collar or a leash. And there were people who were like, yeah, they didn't understand that at all. So yes, this is a a dog's collar, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There are 6 of those. That was really sweet of you. Now, there's not a name on it, and there's nothing inside to tell me who sent it. So all I can say is thank you very much. And now, next time we take any of our babies to the vet, we will have an official dog leash, not a horse lead rope. Oh, my goodness gracious, y'all. Oh, no. It's 7:20 in the morning, Jamie, Monday morning in New Zealand. Welcome. I hope you don't mind us doing a cooking video, because even though I'm sitting here right now, we do have things cooking in the oven right behind me, or right behind you all. A couple more, friends. Oh, this comes to Starla. I'm sorry, to Stella. This comes to Stella in care of Lester Morrow. Now, I don't know what the purpose of this tubing would be. Jamie, would you happen to know why someone would be sending tubing to Stella? There's a piece of tube, and it comes to Stella. There is a note. Who all wants to guess what someone may send this for? Oh, okay. So it says, I've had this gift for a long while, and now that Stella is going through a chewing phase, hopefully this should help protect your cords. Well, okay. So instead of Stella chewing on our phone cords or on the chip bag or on a plastic cup, we just put down some rubber hose and she can chew on this. I guess that's okay. I mean, chewing is chewing, and this is just basic hose. So why not? Abby, that's very kind of you. Very thoughtful. And how observant are you? That was very sweet. Thank you so darn much. We have 2 more packages, and then we have to get these little Smokies on the way. I'm picking up my boys at 4 o'clock. So it's 2:30 now, my time. Oh, no, looky here. All right. Do not bend, do not bend, do not bend, do not bend. There's a photo enclosed. Okay. So we have ourselves a photo enclosed in here. We're going to be very careful in how we open this. Here comes the photo.
Rita, I took that picture.
Oh, this was one of your black and whites that you made. So Jamie actually took this photo. Guys, I didn't know what it was. I'm like, what? I'm trying to like figure out what it was. I'm kind of like, this is one of them black and whites you took of Rita using that special filter on your phone, and someone had it printed and put onto a frame. This is gorgeous. This is very, very, very nice. Let's see what the note says. This isn't the greatest picture, but I like it all the same. I hope you guys can find a place for it. I enjoy watching Longhorn Lesters, From Suits to Boots, and I'm a Survivor. It's my afternoon go-to. That's very kind of you. Thank you so darn much. And that's always been a goal of ours. Jamie and I have always enjoyed having a place that we could escape to. We call it a sanctuary. And I don't mean the actual I'm a Survivor, but I just mean we all need a place to go to sometimes, a happy place, a peaceful place, a place where you're loved and cared for and wanted. Because I tell you what, I don't think I speak for myself when I sometimes wonder where I feel wanted. Now, don't get me wrong. There's places that will welcome you, but at the same time, I don't think they would notice if you were there or if you're not, if that makes any sense to you. That makes sense to you? Mm-hmm. A lot of places will say, bienvenidos, welcome, come on in. But they don't always treat you the way where you feel like you are truly wanted. I told a story a a while back, and Jamie knows this because every time I pass by there, I shoot them the dirty finger. I'm bad. I'm a bad man. But you all know that not too long ago, maybe a couple of weeks back, when I was buying the materials to work on the fencing over at the JL, I stopped by a place I never stop at, and for good reason. It's a lumber yard, and it's here in Livingston. And when I walked inside the door, I've never been there before, but when I walked in, there were three elderly men. Now, when I say elderly, I don't mean like old and like hunchback. But they were older, gray beards, they looked to be the same age. They looked like brothers, actually. And they were all three sitting on stools like I am at the counter. They all had a computer in front of them, and they were spaced out every so many feet apart, right? And so there was also a lot of men inside the shop, inside the store, that were regulars who had just come in to get a cup of coffee because they have a coffee maker over there, a little coffee pot. And a lot of these guys are all standing around. None of these guys are actually working. They're just sitting at the counter. And so I walk in, and I saw every head turn when the door opened, the little ding, and I walk in. And so I say, "Morning, everybody," or "Hey, folks, hey, guys." And no one said a word, not a word. They all looked me up and down, and they all turned back to whatever they were doing. And I'm thinking, okay, that was kind of awkward. But nonetheless, I knew what I needed. So I made my way over to the counter. And when it was finally my turn to order, I said, well, first of all, I says, "How's your Monday going?" Because it was in fact a Monday. He goes, "I've seen better." Okay, so how do you reply to that? What do you say to that? And so I'm like, "I need some stuff out back." I said, "I need some cattle panels, about 10 of them, and I'll need 10 2x6s. They have to be treated." So he's sitting on the computer, click, 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 click. He charges me what he's going to charge me, and he sends me out back. Not a thank you, not a "we appreciate your business," not "would you like a cup of coffee," not "what are you working on." There was no small talk whatsoever. There was nothing amicable about any of that exchange. And even all the guys that were there, the elderly guys who were hanging around having their coffee, were kind of like all just like waiting for me to get out of there so they can continue their conversations or whatever, right? Fine. I go to my truck, had kind of a sour taste in my mouth about the whole experience. I drive around to the back, not sure where I'm going because this lot, it's not real organized. They don't have signs that direct you here or there or wherever. Whereas at some places, they have a guy waiting to meet you in the yard, and he'll look at what you bought and he'll direct you. I'm driving around blind, not knowing where to go. There's stuff everywhere. And there's forklifts moving around. And there's big trucks loading up, and there's other customers there getting stuff. And I finally drive around to where I think I can see some of the stuff that I need. So I pull up and I stop my truck, still looking around for someone to come help me. I see three men who work there. They're all wearing the same type of smock. I think they call it a smock, like a fluorescent vest. And they're sitting in the shade there by one of the little buildings, and they're looking at me. So I assume they're going to walk over. I get out with the pink slip in my hand. This is the one that tells the workers what I'm going to get. And so I'm walking along the lumber, and I'm trying to read the little tags of which one says 2x6 by 16 foot long. And, lumber, when it's all, stacked together, you can't tell what's 14 foot, what's 16 foot, what's, 20 foot, not really. So I'm trying to read the little tags. I don't have my glasses on. And I swear it took a guy forever to finally get over. By then I'd found what I needed, and I began to load the stuff onto my truck myself. They finally send one of the young fellows over, the youngest kid who was there, and he helped me load the remainder of what I needed. And I says, "Where do I go to get the next thing on my list?" And he goes, "Back around, back behind that barn, blah, blah, blah." And I says, "Are you going to come help me?" And he goes, there'll be somebody over there. And I'm like, okay, thank you. I'm still being Christian like. And so I go ahead and get back in my truck, sweating, hot, drive on around to the other side. When I get over there, I saw what I needed, but nobody came out to help me. No one came over to see what I needed. No one cared. The same guys who at some point were watching me over here, now they've all turned to watch me over there. You know the story, Jamie. I've told Jamie how mad I was 100 times. And so I'm sitting there and I'm starting to load the next thing on my list. And it took them forever to walk over. Anyway, once we got everything loaded, I get back in my truck and I was just so darn mad. I already, I'm not trying to feel sorry for myself, but I already struggle with some shoulder injuries. Everyone knows I limp on one of my knees. And you go to these stores and you spend good money and you're like, where's the service? Like, where's the service? And I mean, from the front of the house to the back of the house, there was nothing of customer service whatsoever. And so it was just very, very disheartening. And I promised I would never go there again. I will never go there again. Now, I didn't make any kind of a mean video calling them out. I'm not trying to tell everyone to go to their Google and tell everyone how horrible they are, because more than likely people already know how horrible they are. And I'll tell you something else, and Jamie can vouch for this. The place is always empty. The place is always empty. And it makes you wonder, why is the place always empty? It's because of stuff like that. I think that a really nice chit chat, not from me, but someone could find out who the owner is and say, how's business been lately? And I can guarantee you the guy's going to say, well, it's been pretty bad. It's been pretty low. And then I would love to say, let me tell you why I'm not going to shop here anymore. And I could tell him my story. And then more than likely, if he began to ever open his eyes and look around, he would find out that there's people just like me who refuse to go there because you feel like an outcast. You feel like you don't belong. You feel like you're not welcome, which is the whole point of the story. You don't feel welcome. You don't feel like you're a member. You don't feel like you're a part of anything. They'll take your money, but then you need to go on and get on out. We're here to talk and have our coffee. And that was just so disheartening. And so now when I pass by, accidentally, I end up just probably doing something mean with my finger. I got one last gift to open. Accidentally. What did I say? I will accidentally throw up my finger. That one finger, because that's how mad I am at those people. I will never stop there again.
For the record, I've never seen you use your finger in 7 years.
So Jamie said that in all the years that she's known me, she has never seen me do that with my finger until the last 10 times that we've passed there. And now every time I'll do it.
There's a little bit of a grudge.
Well, I don't mean to have it in a grudge. It's just, it brings back some very hurtful memories of just how alienated they made me feel, how unwanted. And so I hope you all can find a place that you feel wanted. And so thank you to the lady who sent me that positive message. I got one last gift, and we'll go back to our little Smokies. Jamie, how they looking?
I did turn the broiler on.
All right, so now we have turned the broiler on. Our Smokies are going to be ready in no time, and we're going to eat one together, y'all. All right, this here comes from Toronto. Ontario. Where does it say Canada, though? Isn't Ontario in Canada?
Yeah, but when you send it to Livingston, Texas, you don't write USA.
Oh, even when it's overseas? Oh, so we got something from Canada. Even though you would not know that from this, you have to know your Ontario and you have to know your Torontos, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to open this up, and this will be our last gift. Our last gift. And these are the most recent. All right, so trying to find my way. This box, if y'all could see what I'm looking at, this thing has been really put together. I don't want to go too fast. I don't want to tear anything up. Okay, so on top, there's a card that says Lester with the heart. Aw. And then when I open the card, there's a turtle. Looks like a Ridley. Is it a Ridley or a Ripley sea turtle? Yeah? Okay. Here it's, I'm going to read it. It's from Shaylin. Lester, I sent a mini angel, so you always think of him. My mom found this sign at an antique store, and she thought about you. Enjoy the treats with the girls. Been with you since Goats on a Jeep. Please, Lester, don't ever change. Oh,
I know who that is, and her dad passed away yesterday.
how do you know that?
I saw a post of her dad yesterday. I actually commented on it. I know who that is. That's really sad, but true.
Sure it's the same lady?
Yep. Shay.
L-Y-N, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Jamie just now told me that this same lady's dad passed away today, yesterday. And so this gift has been here for a while, obviously. I don't open them every single day. We kind of let them accumulate for a bit. But she lost her dad, y'all. And this sign that she sent me, her mom found it, and it reminds her of me. Lester's, America's cheapest ammunition. It usually works. That's hilarious. Lester's, America's cheapest ammunition. But that's the key right there. That's the punchline. It usually works. Because look, y'all, look at the rifle and look at the bear. You see that, right? Meaning in this time, it did not work. It usually works, but on this one, it did not. Oh, no. And look, there goes the hat. That's hilarious. And then they found that at an antique shop. That does look antiquish, Jamie. This here comes to Jamie and the ladies of Morrow Hill. You can come open that one. Come on over here. You don't want to? Oh, boy. There's a shirt. Canada.
I'll open that on Tuesday.
The Great White North. This is awesome. I will wear this. I'm not going to put it on right now because I'm cooking and I don't want to, you know, all of that. And then inside here are just all kinds of doggy treats. Look, boy, they love these things. Y'all want to see how much they love them? Jamie, can you come do me a favor? I'll video. Okay, I'll do that. You just come do this real fast. Don't let them cook. Let them cook. Oh, no. We overcooked. We overcooked. Look, Stella don't hear a darn thing. Stella, the house is on fire, sweetie. How many of y'all do that right there?
That's the magic tool.
I think that our...
I didn't burn anything for the record.
I think they must be about done. How funny is that? I'm going to wash my hands real fast because I opened all of those gifts. Y'all make sure that if y'all ever watch a Daniel and Lou video, y'all remind them how many times Lester...
Oh, they're eating their own food.
Y'all remind them how often Lester washes his hands. And he also does the alphabet song. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. There we go. Now I've said my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? That's like Mr. Rogers.
That was Barney-ish.
That was so Mr. Rogers / Barney. Barney the dinosaur. Okay, let's put on our little oven gloves. And we're going to dig out these little Smokies. Boy, this is going to be good. Hooty-hoo. I'll stop all that. Oh my God, Jamie. Y'all, behold, 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 y'all. Can y'all just behold? Look at that, Jamie. All I'm going to need from you is once again to remind me how we're going to stack these. So Jamie found these neat little things over here, and this is what we're going to use to put these into for transport over.
Let them cool just a smidge.
I want to try one. So are these lids?
No, they're
No.
holes.
So we don't have lids.
With foil.
So we're gonna let's put them all in one, and we'll just go by and pass them out when we get there. How about that? So are we gonna put anything down first or not?
No.
Okay.
But you're gonna want to let them cool a bit.
All right. So I want to eat one and let everyone see us eat one. So what we're gonna do?
I'm probably gonna put them back in first. Now I'm looking at the bottom.
The bottom.
Yeah.
I think that we should too.
Okay.
So can you put it on bake this time, or how do you get the bottom to cook?
It's baked. It just.
I need a paper plate. All right, so we're going to take one ourselves. I chose this one because one of the little Smokies fell out of it. One of the little Smokies has fallen out. So we think that the top looks wonderful, but the bottom is still a little bit undercooked. Now, the bacon is fine. It's not going to get anybody sick, but I'm going to go ahead and have a little taste.
Like it a little crispier.
Yeah, I do like them crispier. I'm trying to figure out a way to put this where you can all watch as I cut one open.
You know what? I'm gonna flip them and then I'm gonna broil it. That's how I'm gonna do it.
So Jamie's gonna flip them all and then broil them. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and cut into this thing. Now, listen, I would normally make this a finger food, but not while you're all watching, because I know how you all get. Okay. Okay. So this is what I've done. This is my bacon and my little Smoky. Are y'all ready? Mm. 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 Jamie, come here.
Only if you try mine.
I will.
Yay?
Yay. Try this. It's not that
so
hot.
It looks so hot.
It's not that hot.
It looks so hot.
Go.
It looks hot. I don't
Eat it.
You want
Please eat it. Jamie, don't waste it.
I didn't. I caught it.
Tell everyone how amazing that is between 1 and 10.
It's good. It's good.
Huh? Why are you spitting it? You're spitting it
I'm
out.
not-
Why are you spitting it out
It
for?
was hot.
Dang it.
I'm not. Look.
Listen to you. Or listen to me. I try as hard as I can never to lie to y'all. I want you to know the good, the bad, and the ugly.
It is
This
delicious.
is good. This is very good. Mmm.
Okay, now you ready to try mine?
Mmm. 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 Ladies, I would agree that the same way you get very sensitive about anything tummy related, you can't stand the fact that we eat burritos or we eat chili or we eat hot dogs or we eat corn dogs or we eat whatever, you probably would not really enjoy this yourself. The same way Jamie, like, it's not really my thing. But here's the thing, your man will. Because deep down, good. This tastes like brown sugar on bacon
With some cayenne.
with some spicy cayenne. Remember, Father's Day is hot. I need a drink bad. Ice. Ice, baby. That's hot. Spicy.
But good.
Spicy hot. So spicy hot.
It isn't that hot.
It's very good, but it's so spicy hot. Yes, it is.
But it's sweet hot.
Yeah. Remember that this day is about the men who have hopefully helped raise their children the right way. And we're honoring them, even if it's not heart healthy, even if it's not something that you would want to sit around and munch on. I can promise you, when I drop this off to my family, the men in my life, who are all exceptional dads, they're going to say, wow, just wow. And so that's what it's all about. We can all have those debates later about, you're going to catch the diabetes. You're going to be, and that just gets so old sometimes to have everybody try to police everything. So let's not be that way. Let's all wish the men in our lives a happy birthday, a happy Father's Day. And to all of you ladies who've also played the role of dad and father, thank you so very much. Enjoy your day. And it is 2:46. Jamie and I will see you guys again 8 o'clock tonight, Central Time. We're going to be right here in this kitchen area with a nice big drink to celebrate the end of a wonderful Father's Day. Thank you all for watching. I know I've kept you for a long time. Hope you learned something exciting about something else you can do in the kitchen for that special person in your life. And I will say one last thing. Ladies, believe it or not, you actually might enjoy this. Don't knock it until you try it, okay? Maybe Frito pie is not your thing, but these over here, delicious, all right? Thank you all for watching. We love you so much, and we'll catch you guys on the next video.